welcome back to another episode of the Soup Bowl. I am your host, Renee Murdoch, and I am so happy that you are here with me, that you are liking, that you are sharing, and that we are doing life together. We do know that when we get in the Soup Bowl, that things are bound to get messy. And we don't know what's going to happen out here in these streets, right? Because when we're leaving our lives, things are happening all around us. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring, what next month is going to bring, what next year is going to bring. We don't know. But one thing that we should know is that we was never meant to do it alone, and we should be moving in purpose. Moving in purpose, right? So that's the main thing. Everything that we've been talking about thus far, going into season 2, everything is about moving in purpose. Everything that's in our lives is moving in purpose. What is your purpose? You ask. If you don't know, we can get you there. We can get you there. I love to talk about it. I love to chop it up. Let's do it, right? You can hit me up, www.mosaic.com, or you can hit me up in Mosaic, at Mosaic Coach on IG, right? JoeCRC_DOC. I'm here for it. I am here for it. And I want you to excel. I want you to prosper, right? I want you to be well. I want you to know how to navigate the challenges and things like that that's going to be coming your way. They're never going to end until the day that you leave this earth. You're always going to have trials and tribulations. So you're not going to get past it. I don't care what you do. I don't care how old you get. You are not going to get past it. I'm just saying. Come on, talk to me. All right, so today, what are we going to get into? What are we going to get in today? Well, I wrote some things down for the last couple of weeks. And then this last week, I wrote something and I said, I think I want to just get a little bit more deep into this thing right here. I heard something, and then I said, let me muse over that for a bit. Do I agree or do I disagree? Right? And so I was like kind of on the disagree side. I'm going to tell you why. Because I believe. Remember, this is my belief today. Well, it's been my belief for a while, but I'm just saying, I'm sharing it with you today. It could change. It could, or maybe a couple of years from now. But I don't think this one will. I just don't think it will. And let me tell you why. Because this is my belief. When you are moving in purpose, when you are going after your goals and things of that nature, you ain't got to, pull somebody else down to get it. That's for one. But the other thing, most important thing is, I think a lot of times we try to spare people's feelings. Let me say that again. When we're moving how we're supposed to be moving in our purpose, when we get that light bulb moment, that aha moment, it's as though we try to spare people their feelings. And we kind of just like, oh snap, I don't think I could be doing that. What? And then when you share this thing that's been placed on your heart, the thing that you believe that you're supposed to be doing, the places where you're supposed to be going, the things that you're walking away from, they got something to say. They got something to say. They are looking at your movement. They don't understand. They don't know, right, where you're supposed to be going. They really don't know where you've been. And they don't even know really what's happening right now. What they do know is that if you move, it's either going to cause them to grow up or get out the way. It's either going to cause them to grow up or to get out the way. Okay, I just took a pause right there because I wanted you to think about that. I wanted you to really sit there and think about that thing. Because has it ever happened to you before, or is it just me? Is it just me? That you're sharing, you're excited about, ooh, I'm supposed to be doing this thing, I'm supposed to be moving, I'm supposed to be making moves, I'm just, what? And then they, over there, on the sideline, got something to say. And what they're saying is, they're not cheering you on. They're not like, yeah, let's go, you can do this, you got this. No, that's not what they're doing. They're asking, why are you doing this? Are you sure you want to do that? You know, it's going to cost this. You sure? I mean, that's all you got. That's all the money you got. You sure you want to put all that in your investments? You sure you want to move there? You sure you want to quit that job? Are you sure you want to start this? Like, they always got something to say. And it's not so much of cheering you on. Now, you know when someone is like, is coming from a good place, because they can say something like, you know, are you sure you want to take all your money and put it into that? Then you will respond, yes, because I believe that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And then their response is, well, you know what? If you really believe that that's what you're supposed to be doing, you know, I'm going to support you in that. I'm going to be, you know, warm wishes well with you. You know, is there anything that I could possibly do to help you out in this? Maybe, you know, I'm going to be praying for you while you're going through this. Those are people that are truly concerned about your movement and still wanting to support you, because there's nothing wrong, right, with asking the questions. It's how you're asking the questions, where your heart is at when the questions are being asked. Okay? So, I'm not saying every time somebody questions your move that you got to just like cut them off. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is be mindful. Be mindful of listening to the days that will keep you stagnant. And the other part about this is there will be offense. There will be offense. Oh, caramba. The Honda Chevy. There will be offense. You are not going to skip over that. See, that's the part where I'm talking about sparing people's feelings, because you will offend them. It's not on purpose, but the offense really is not for you, nor is it really for them, but they're feeling offended because they are dealing with their own insecurities. Oh, come on now. They're dealing with their own insecurities. And so, if they're dealing with their own insecurities, they will try to put those insecurities on you. So they're going to be asking, why are you doing this? You probably don't want to do that. You should wait. Why would you leave this good job that you've been on for 20 years? You only got to do 10 more. You only got to do this and that or whatever. Won't you up putting in for your retirement and your 401k? Won't you, they always got something to say. They always got something to say. They are always watching your movement. I'm telling you that if you are concerned about the days, then that's the reason why you're still where you at. And I say that in love. I say that in love. You are where you are because you're concerned about the day. You don't have what you wish that you had because it's always the days. And I'm not talking about just your career and things. I'm talking about your life. Every aspect of your life. Who you with, where you live, where you're going, what job, career, school, education, all of those things. Your community is based upon whether you're going to be concerned about the days or you're going to be concerned about your purpose. Pick one. You can only pick one, and you can only live by one. Come on now. Is it going to be the days, or is it going to be purpose? Because when you're moving in purpose, like I said, offense will come. And the reason why offense is coming along is because now you done had your light bulb moment. And the people around you still haven't had theirs yet. But if they were smart, they would be tapping in. They would be tapping in. Because we're not meant to do this thing alone. So if I'm in a community of people and somebody else calls, then I can catch it too. Come on now. I don't know why I keep saying that. I don't know why I keep saying that, but I'm going to give myself kudos right there. You got to make a choice. Right now you're living A or B. They or purpose. There's no in between. There's no lukewarm in this thing right here. Come on now, think about it for a second. Look at where you're at in your life right now. And if you are satisfied with where you are right now, then great. Bravo, applauding to you. This is not for you. Maybe it's for your neighbor. You know, like when you hear someone take a speech, or you might be at church, or the sermon's going on, or whatever the case may be, you're like, oh, that would be good. That's a good word right there for such and such. How about that word for you? How about this for you? Come on, take inventory today. That's what I want us to do. That's the hard work of taking inventory. And really, like I said before, sit with myself. I need to sit with myself and take inventory of where I'm at right now. And where I would like to go. It might not be something big because you might already be making steps. Great. But can you make some more? Have you hit a brick wall? Are you more concerned about how am I going to do this? Where is my help going to come from? Where is the resources going to come from? And I can tell you right now, you can do it. You can, because look around. Other people have made moves. I call them, faith journeys, whatever the case. They have made moves. You would not be sitting here right now listening to me if somebody didn't make a move. Technology, the way it is right now, would not exist if somebody didn't make a move. Okay, they didn't finish out college. They started out, but then there was something greater inside of them. That they was like, I know that there is something that I'm supposed to be doing. There's something that I'm supposed to be creating. There's something that's going to change our world. And I believe that there's something inside of you that can do just the same thing. There is no respect of person. The only thing that is limiting you from getting where you want to go is you. You're either concerned about the days, or could you be the they? Hey now. Could you be the theys that's keeping you from where you need to be at? From keeping the world receiving what we need next into the next generation, into the future. See, a lot of times we are made to create things not just for ourselves, and really it's never really for ourselves, but it's for other people. That their way may be easy. Okay. We start off with creation because the ideal comes based off of something that we're doing. Right? Okay, I'm going to give an example. This might be just a little extreme from some of you all, but it's not from me. So that's why that's why I'm using it as the thing that just came into my head. So for women, bras, right? Did a man create a bra? Did a man create a bra? No, he didn't. A woman did. Why? Because he doesn't have to deal with his breasts like women do. We think about Victoria's Secret. All the time people thought Victoria's Secret was a woman, but he didn't create the bra. He just brought a little pizzazz to it. Why? Because it's what he likes to see. That's what he wants to experience. That's what men like to see. They're visual first. They're visual first. That's why it's easier for a man to fall into a adulterous relationship physically, and a woman, it's easier for them to fall into an emotional relationship before it becomes physical. Because we're based upon emotions. That's how we function, right? But there was a woman, right, that was like, oh, I need something to hold these bad boys up like this. Like, we need some control right here. And so you have all these different bras and things of nature. Then there's designs of clothes or whatever. Now we got to change up how the bra fits. Right? Razorback bra, versatile bras, lift up bra, A-cup bra, V-neck bra, T-shirt bra. How do your clothes lay? Come on now. Because they're experiencing this and they want to create, but it's working out well for the rest of us. From another generation to another generation. Now, just lately, there is a company, right? I'm gonna explain to you last time, but now there's a company that they're making bras specifically just for small chest women. That's my type of company. It don't go past a B. Oh, y'all big time, y'all got all the good things to lift that and whatever. I mean, if you G and all that, then I can't help you. I can't help you. I'm just saying. But what I am saying is that there are, sir, we can still see you. You ducking down ain't doing nothing. But what I'm saying is that we are created to create. And there's things that are inside of us that are laying dormant, that have been locked up for years. My daughter was like, these people that come in, where she works at, whatever. All these people come in, and I'm just so tired of these 30 and 40-year-olds in school. And I said, well, why is it about it? I said, how do you know they're 30 and they're 40s? Or, it's just what they say, and then, then it goes on, then they say something. And I said, well, you know why that is, right? And she said, no. I said, because they're going back and getting the education to go forward into whatever career venture that they're on, or maybe the what they wanted to be on from the very beginning, but got sidetracked because, again, the theys were talking to them and saying, hey, you probably want to do this because this is going to get you a good job, and you can get that white picket fence. Versus them taking the journey of purpose and staying on it, because your purpose gonna fund your life, not the job, but the purpose. Because a job is a job, and a job is limited. The job is only gonna take you so far. That's it. It ain't going to take you no further than that. Spoiler alert. It's not going to take you anywhere other than where you're supposed to. That's just it. Retire. Right? And some of them don't even do that. There's limitations there. It's not going to put you in your purpose. It's not going to fund your purpose. It's not going to fund your purpose. Because if it was going to fund your purpose, a lot of us will already be in it. We will already be in it. We will already be billionaires. We'd be right on up there with Bill Gates. Right on up there with Mr. Trump. Elon, we will be right on up there with them. I felt a little tone in me, a little tone. But seriously, we seriously must look and take inventory of our lives and definitely see where we are at and why we are stagnant. I'm so passionate about this thing because I believe that we are missing out. The world is missing out on what is locked up inside of us. How we could be so much further along. So much further along in our communities. But we live with so much insecurity, it's damaging us. It's literally killing us. Killing our hopes, killing our dreams, killing our future. And when I say ours, I'm talking about the world. You know, there was a thing where I read about, I don't think, maybe it was a couple of years ago, but it was talking about how the United States of America is no longer number one when it comes to innovation. How is that possible? When you think of people running, coming over here illegally, trying to get visas, trying to get into this country, because all of the great opportunities that are supposed to be in the land of the free. But we are no longer number one when it comes to innovation. How is that even possible? I mean, seriously, think about it. How is that even possible? It's the days. It's the system in which we have created and allowed it to be. It's just downright, I don't know. Just a shame. It's just shameful. Just shameful. So, you know, be okay. Be okay with making moves and changing them, because they are always going to be there, no matter where you are. They're going to have opinions. And do those opinions matter? Do they really matter? I mean, even your parents, do their opinion matter? When you're talking about your purpose, when you're talking about your life, you can allow them to live their life through you. It's your life. And yes, you want to honor and you want to respect them. But again, it's your life. You are now an adult. You've been an adult. You're doing adult things. Remember, I'm talking about those who are funding their life. Not those of you that are not funding your life. That's a different conversation. Okay, we're going to have that conversation a little bit later on in the year. But I'm talking about the one that where you are funding your life. It means that you're actually adulting out here in these streets. And if your parents are saying no and just keep hammering you over and over and over again, then you need to respectfully shut it down. I hear what you're saying, Mother. I hear what you're saying, Father. I hear what you're saying, Granny. Pop, pop, pop. But this is my life. And I believe that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not asking you for a loan. I'm just wanting you to believe in me. Can you give me, if it's something where you have to go back home into, right? You need to live in the basement. You need to live in a room with them again. You know, hey, talk it out like an adult. Don't just come up there expecting them to open their doors to you. No, have an adult conversation. Can I come back? Can I stay here for up to whatever, 3-6 months or whatever? This is what I believe I'm supposed to be doing. Can I get your support that way? But don't be trying to take advantage of people and all that. That's what I'm talking about, the adulting thing. And being honest about your moves. Okay? What was the other thing I wrote? You must know your why, right? And why you're making the move. You must keep the vision. You must keep the hope. You must keep the dream. No one else is responsible for it but you. Remember, this is your purpose. That's why I say you either moving with the days or you moving with the purpose. You have to stay grounded in that thing. You must know the why, because things are going to get shaky as you're going about. When you look around, ain't nobody there. Ain't nobody there. And if there was there in the beginning, when they got hard, they retreated quickly. They started doing some low crawling. Whoop, 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 I got to get up out of here. But guess what? You were made for it. You were built for it. Know your why. Stay grounded in your why. If there is something that is keeping you up at night, you rather be doing it other than running machines. You rather be doing it other than pushing papers, always on the computer, checking emails, blah, blah, blah. You see yourself, you see dreams, you see people. Like, if it's keeping you up at night, make a move. Make a move. And do know that when you're making this move, and as you're making it, like I said, be respectful, but you don't have to respond. You don't have to respond. You really don't. You don't have to explain yourself. So like, my daughter was, telling me, someone was asking about something, some activity that she did or whatever, and she was just like, I don't know why they keep asking me. And I was like, well, what was your response? Right? So she said, well, I responded this way. And I said, well, why'd you do that? You don't owe them a response. Why are they in your pockets? Why did it? No. And now you're irritated by it, right? You're irritated by the whole ordeal, but you didn't have to respond. You are not required to respond. I don't have to explain myself why I did what I did. Why I'm doing what I'm doing. To the days. Because they days. That person was a day. Not only do I not have to give a response and keep explaining myself, but I don't need their validation of why I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't need your yes. I don't need your no. I don't need your maybe. Now when I'm moving in purpose, I don't need it. And that's where the offense comes. Because they believe that you need to ask for permission. And purpose, it don't need permission. It don't need your permission. It don't need their permission. So that's really where the offense is coming from. Because they feel like, oh, we supposed to be this and we supposed to be that, and you should have told me. I could have this and that or whatever. Watch my movements. You didn't tell me about it. How am I supposed to know? Oh, you supposed to be doing that? You could have did it like this. I don't need your validation. I don't need your permission. I don't have to explain anything to you. And that's the part that rubs people the wrong way. Now, if you have a spouse, I'm saying use wisdom. Don't just be like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Like, have a conversation. But we're talking about the days, right? The group that you have created that's around you, your inner circle, those people, or even the people that's outside the ring of your inner circle. I was talking about this I'm going to do this thing about this 3-circle area of influence, right? 3 eyes, right, of influence. But yeah, those is what you created. So I just encourage you today, as we're wrapping things up, that you will offend people. You're not going to get away from it when you decide to move in purpose. All right, that's it. That's it. Hey, I would love to hear from you. Give me your, some things that you want to chop it up about. I'm here for it. And look, if you're ready to move in purpose, right, you feel like you're stagnant, you feel like you made some way, but now you just, you're coming up against the wall. Come on, let me help you out with that. www.4mosaic.com. You can hit me up. All right, go to contact us. Let's set up a discovery call. We can do this. We can do this thing together. Let's chat about it. All right? And do know that leading is teachable. I love you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Peace.